Hey everyone, welcome to Revisiting History. My name is Matthew and today we are seeing the Cementerio General, or in English, the General Cemetery. Trust me, this place is full of fascinating stories and I can't wait to share them with you. Let's check it out. Well, we are now at the entrance of the cemetery. This is an arc entrance. As you can see, it's a huge gate. Most of the visitors are relatives of the dead people. Well, the cemetery has been around since 1826. As you can see, the first thing you can find is the church. We are taking advantage of one praying. The church was full. People is just living right now, but it was full. The Catholic tradition in Bolivia still being strong. Many people comes here with faith and asking for blessings. Now we are going to see the mausoleums, the streets in this cemetery. It's a big place, so I can show you the most important things on this place. In this cemetery, there are many mausoleums. The general are mausoleums. There are no ground tombs, as you can see. One interesting thing of this are the gifts that the people brings to their dead. For example, we can see flowers, but also, well, we can see soccer games accessories like that mug or that shirt. Remember Bolívar? It's a very classical soccer team. These streets are full of colors and plants. I want to show you some interesting tomb. And this is the tomb of one of the most prestigious journalists in our history. Maybe you hear about it before. The man was Carlos Palenque. He was a journalist in the 90s. He was an interesting man in the life of our country. As you can see, many people, even today, brings respect with flowers, with gifts. Something interesting is that he was a politics man and he even built his own party. His party was named Condepa. What it means, conciencia de patria, and in English it's conscience of motherland. This is truly one of the highlights of this cemetery. He was a TV presenter, a radio talker, and also a broadcaster, all before his politics career. Now we can see the cemetery here. It's in the middle of the city. You can see the cable car. It passes above the cemetery. Over here we have the Mausoleo de los Notables, and in English it should be a mausoleum of notables. Some other interesting characters here in the cemetery are Gregorio Reynolds, the teacher Jaime Escalante, a well-known teacher in the United States because his social labor in the field of education. Maybe you heard about him. He was known as the Kimosabe teacher in the Garfield School. Look at that artwork. What a beautiful symbolism. Well, here we are at the tomb of the General José Manuel Pando, one of the most important presidents in Bolivia. Well, he's known for many things, but one of the most important is the Federal War that occurred in our country. He was a soldier, he was an explorer, the former president, a former president of our country. This tomb belongs to Alcides Arguedas, Alcides Arguedas was a writer, was a kind of philosopher of our country. He made many contributions to the literature in our country. Here we have one of the most important tombs in the whole cemetery, and it belongs to ex-President Bush, a German last name. He was president in the earlier 1930s after the Chaco War, the most important war in our history. The Chaco War was in the 1932 year, and you can see this obelisk is broken. And the reason for that is, well, President Bush died at a young age. He got a shot in the head. We can see another tombs that have very fine sculptures. Oh, look at that beautiful Goth tomb. Or well, actually neo-Gothic. Now we're going to see the army mausoleum. We can see this text is honor and glory to those who defended the Bolivia's independence. Many of these army men are from more than 1 century ago. And I think the most beautiful mausoleums are the mausoleums of the army. Here we have another. This is for the Association of Worthy of Artillery from the Chaco War. You can see. Actually, that's a cannon. Oh, let's see. This is another mausoleum from the worthy officers of the Chaco War. The officers, the army of the nations, to the memory of the defenders of the motherland in the Chaco War. Well, this is an interesting place because this phrase, tres pasos al frente, it's like 3 steps to the front. It's a phrase used in the Chaco War when, well, there were too small quantity of soldiers during the last days of the war, and well, the commanders in the military school asked to the trained men if they were ready to go to the fight, even if they didn't completed their training, and asked this phrase: 3 steps to the front if you are ready to the fight. Honor and glory to those soldiers, 3 steps to the front, chosen by the glory. Another tradition I can talk about to you is the Todos Santos Day. Well, it could be All Saints Day. It's a Catholic holiday where the people remember the dead. The tradition of All Saints is not only on the cemetery, but also in the people's houses. Many people made tables full of the dead person likes. It could be food, it could be drinks. The main idea is to make a comfortable place for the soul of the dead. And we came up to another interesting place in the cemetery. This is the most exactly artwork. It explains perfectly the tradition of Todos Santos, because people believe that souls of the dead come down from the sky. They look for their favorite food or their favorite desserts, their favorite bread, their favorite drinks, and they eat, they drink, they feel gratefully with their families that remember them, and they feel comfortable. You can see this ñatita. A ñatita is the name of maybe a scary tradition where, well, we call ñatita to skull with magical properties. You can ask the skull for blessings. You can give cigarettes to that skull. Here you can see the ñatitas. They wear them like this, with hats, with cigarettes, with colors, with golden teeth. In All Saints' Day, people bake bread with that kind of forms, that type of forms, like human bodies, like human babies. The name of that breads are Tanta wawas. You can see here another Tanta wawa. These are traditional murals. For example, here says, "Don't cry, finally I'm resting." We can try to see those murals. A very beautiful work art. You can see that skull or that flute man, and actually that's not a flute, that's I think a pinquillo. Oh, look at that mural. Actually that mural was painted by Kespi. Kespi is a known graffiti man, street art. He does street art, and well, you can see a cholita here. I'm really excited of showing that part of our history to you. So I hope you are enjoying the video. Give a like, subscribe. Do you understand? Late, early. While finishing this tour, it was a very beautiful and interesting walk through the Cementerio General, to the General Cemetery. As you can see, it's about to rain. So my name is Matthew. This is Revisiting History, and I hope see you next time.